Hi, I'm Geraldine Cochran from Rutgers University. I direct the Physics and Astronomy REU program there. And today we're going to be talking to you all about applying to REUs. This is an effort on behalf of the physics and astronomy community where we want to really demystify the process for you.
And I'm Daniel Serrano, and I'm from the University of Maryland, College Park. So let's first get started by talking about what are REUs. So REUs stand for Research Experience for Undergraduates. They're usually a 10-week paid faculty-mentored summer internship where you get to go and do research. Typically, they cover the expenses for you to get to the research site. So let's say that you're looking at some opportunities that are far away from where you live. They actually will pay for you to travel there. It's not up to you to pay for it. And they will also pay for you for your housing once you get there. So that should be all set. It's more about you being able to go and get that research done. Typically, they're cohort based, so you would get to go, and also about 9 other people would come from other parts of the country, and you would get to meet them and do your research together in the same site, but typically working on different projects. They don't require substantial previous experience typically. There are some different types of opportunities will be preferred students at different stages of their undergrad career, but primarily they are catered towards students that haven't had previous research experience so that they can actually get that experience. And in addition to the research, they also provide professional development beyond that research project you're working on. So this could look like um, learning how to communicate what your research that you're doing through posters or presentations, papers, or learning how to apply to graduate school if you're interested in grad school, learning how to apply for jobs if you want to go and get a job right after undergrad, or GRE preparation and things like that. And typically they have application deadlines in January and February.
All right, so there are a number of steps to thinking about and applying for RU programs. As a part of our video series, we cover all four of these steps: self-reflection and prep work, finding the RU, assembling your application, and then also the results. If you get in or if you don't get in, what to think about. So this particular video focuses on self-reflection and prep work. Additionally, we want you to know that applying to RUs is a very individual process. We understand that. So if you want some individual support, you want to talk about like your particular situation, please reach out to us. The email address to use for that is ruapplicationhelp@gmail.com. We will set up a time to meet with you, talk to you, hear your situation, maybe help you find the right fit, or just help you to navigate what to do next. So yeah, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We are very happy to talk to you.
Right. So let's say that you're interested in getting some research experience. And if you got to this video, you are already familiar that one of those ways in which you can do that is through REUs. But before going in and applying to these opportunities, or even like finding out which specific opportunities exist, it might be a good idea to do a little bit of prep work, right? So it's a good idea to just take some time and think about what is it that you want to gain from research experience. So this is very like introspective type of thinking. What do you want to get out of a research experience? Why are you motivated to do this? Also thinking about what topics you like. What is it within physics, astronomy, or maybe beyond those things that you are interested in doing and pursuing and cultivating further? What tools, techniques, and concepts excite you? What do you want to learn more? What do you want to expand? And also, what do you want to do after your undergrad is over? The point of doing this is that it will help you, first of all, select the right opportunities based on what they're offering. And also, once you get to the application stage, all of this introspective work will allow you to really put together the application in a way that's best catered to a given opportunity. Because typically, these applications will ask you for a personal statement or a research essay that you have to type. And having this thought about all of this will allow you to really articulate it very clearly. In addition to that, it might be important for you to talk to family. Like you might be spending the summer away from home, and so it's important maybe for you to try to like have a discussion with them about whether that's suitable. Um, Let them know that like most of these REUs are paid opportunities, so it's not like you're going and doing research and not getting paid, but actually it's almost like having a job. But it's a job in which you get to continue cultivating the research and scientific work that you're doing as an undergraduate. So talking to family just so that everyone is understanding what you're trying to achieve might be a good idea.
All right, so typically applications open in fall or winter, and the deadlines are January or February. Sometimes you might find a deadline that's before January, and that might be for like an international program where they require like a lot of logistics to make it run. And so there are just certain things that have to happen earlier. And then sometimes for programs like mine, we do rolling applications. And so pretty much our final deadline isn't until like we filled all of our spots. And so we are still looking at applications in March, sometimes even in April. So this is what most of the programs are like, though. It's going to be fall and winter applications open, and then January, February deadline. Applications generally are going to ask for certain things. One is going to be a transcript. Oftentimes, this is an unofficial transcript, so something that you usually can print from like your university's website, and a personal statement. And so on the previous slide, all of the things that Daniel mentioned on there are great things to put in your personal statement. Some applications have specific prompts that you have to respond to in the personal statement. Other applications are very open-ended, and it's just like, tell us, about yourself and why you want to do research. And so thinking about the things that Daniel mentioned on the previous slide is going to help you figure out like, what should I actually write in that personal statement? So the self-reflection and prep work is important. The other thing is letters of recommendation. This is usually another required part of the application. So you will want to reach out to people who can write good letters for you. How do you find people who can write good letters? Well, part of that actually happens long before you apply. And that's from developing relationships with, say, the faculty who are teaching your class. Ask questions in class, come to office hours, do things like that so that they know you, because the more they know about you, the better they can write a letter in support of you. It doesn't have to be a professor that you have in a class. It could be like maybe you're doing a work study and you're working with someone there. Sometimes it's not a faculty member or someone at the university at all. You want someone who can speak highly of you, who can speak of your skills and things that are going to make you a good candidate to do research. And that's not always faculty. So if you're like, I only have maybe, one faculty member or that I feel comfortable asking, and there are 3 letters required, think about other people who can write good letters for you as well. But definitely try to develop relationships with faculty members, because RUs are not the only thing that might want recommendation letters for in the future. All right, RU applications also ask for GPA. If you happen to have a lower GPA, it's important to self-reflect on this. And this is something that you might want to include in your personal statement. So as someone who's reviewed RU applications, I have seen this. Students have said like, I had a really bad semester because, this, that, or the other happened in my personal life. Or a student who's like, my first year of college, I was transitioning in, and, I didn't have this background from high school, but you'll see that like my grades improved by year 2, and I got the hang of college and I did much better. Like think about why, maybe your GPA is low, and explain that in your personal statement. And that is usually very well received. The other thing is skills or experience. So you'll want to think about, again, where you have gained skills. So it could be programming skills, lab work, skills developed in class or at a job. And keep in mind, this doesn't always have to come from a previous internship or RU, because really you're thinking about yourself as a person, right? So what are your strengths? What are the skills that you have? Where did you get them? It's not always from, an internship or university setting. So maybe there are other aspects of your life where you've gained strengths or skills that would be relevant to the program. do not hesitate to put that in your application as well.
Right. And so once you are done with this self-reflection step, you would likely be ready to get to the next stage of finding REUs. And you would be able to find some information about that in our second video of this series, which you can find in the same YouTube channel if you're watching this video on YouTube. But we just want to close out by reiterating that applying to REUs is a very individual process, especially this part of self-reflection and doing prep work might require a lot of introspection, right? And we are happy to help you do all of that work. So all you have to do is reach out to reuapplicationhelp@gmail.com. And then at that point, we would be able to set up a meeting with you, have a conversation, and so that you can really talk to us about your individual situation, and we can help you find the right fit. With all that said, good luck with applying, and that's it.
Good luck, everybody.